I test a lot of vacuums, probably a dozen or more each year. It's fun and it means I get to have a pretty clean house at all times. But even right after vacuuming, there's still two little critters in my home that mean there's always another vacuuming job right around the corner. That's why I was very interested in the promise of the Tineco Pure One Station for free. This vacuum has a few neat features, and key among them is that it's designed for homes with pets. Not only does it double as both a portable cord-free stick vacuum, but it converts to a handheld too. Plus, with its new, more elegant design and the freestanding auto empty tower, it seems to check a few more boxes. Even more interesting is that it comes with a special attachment that lets you vacuum up the pet hair before it even leaves the pet. In this hands-on review in my home, I'll try the vacuum out to see what it's like to use, how well it cleans, and what my pets thought of the comb and vacuum attachment. I'll add up the pros and the cons to see if this new vacuum concept might be for you. What's in the box? The Tineco Pure One Station for free comes with the vacuum motor handle, an extension tube, and some attachments. There's what's called the Zero Tangle Power Brush, a mini power brush, 2-in-1 crevice tool, and a pair of maintenance brushes. Exclusive to this model is the two-piece fur-free kit, which consists of a pet grooming brush and an extension hose, and there's a storage bag for those. The package also comes with 3 separate components for the automatic emptying Omni Hub. There's the docking base, removable dustbin module, and the upper charging portion. Unlike the Tineco Pure One Air Pet, the Pure One Station for free here is a vacuum strictly for pet owners who have pets that shed a lot and want to battle that before it hits the floor. That's because the fur-free model here focuses on pet grooming with its included grooming kit. Yep, you're gonna vacuum your dog or your cat. To try it out, dock the vacuum and remove the stick attachment. Attach the hose to the vacuum motor while it's in the dock and then connect the other end to the grooming brush. Then press the dedicated pet grooming button on top of the station to activate this feature, and then just brush your pet's hair. The brush has a cool release mechanism which pulls in the tines of the comb to let the hair flow into the docking station's bin. When turned on, the vacuum operates at a much quieter level and with lower suction than it does when it's doing regular vacuuming. This, I guess, helps make the vacuuming less frightening for your pet. Now, with that said, you're going to want an awful lot of biscuits, some praise, and ideally a day or two of just brushing your pet to acclimatize them to the Tineco brush. While our Labrador Cross Kiko was up for a brief grooming, she had her fill fast enough, and skittish little Rainy was getting nowhere near the fur-free. Let's get a closer look at the docking station. You'll need to set aside some space in your home because the Omni Hub Clean Station, when fully assembled, is quite tall, but it's not bulky and actually doesn't have a large footprint. The 3-liter dustbin also doesn't rely on disposable bags, and it's big enough to hold about 2 months' worth of pet hair, dust, and debris. But the real magic of this station is how it knows how to take care of itself and the stick vacuum. Whenever you charge the vacuum at the station here, the Omni Hub checks the state of the vacuum's dustbin and its brush, and it'll decide on the intensity of cleaning and auto emptying operations across 3 levels. Basically, the station sucks the dustbin dry and then clears the extension tube all the way down to the end of the brush head. And once the station accumulates enough dust, you can easily take the bin out with the release button and use the latch to open up the bottom of the bin for emptying hands-free into your garbage. Tineco recommends you wash the filter every year and clean the HEPA filter every 2 years, but the Omni Hub will take care of all the tedious maintenance stuff. Let's get to know the vacuum. Weighing just under 3 pounds, the Pure One vacuum is light thanks to a smaller onboard dustbin, but just because it's small shouldn't be an issue because each time you put it back for storage and charging, it's going to automatically empty itself. Let's put the vacuuming to the test. After I get a new vacuum to test out, I try it in several ways. I'll keep it in the house for a week or two just to see what it's like and how convenient it might be. With this one, I found that the small footprint of the base station meant I was able to keep it in the dining room, and that allowed it to be really handy to the kitchen, and I found myself grabbing it frequently to keep everything spick and span. I also tested a vacuum by running it through a series of more intensive tests. I'll check out how well it vacuums everything from finer flour or cornmeal to middle-sized bits like rice or oats, and then larger cracker crumbs and cracker pieces on both carpet and hard floors. I have to say, I was super impressed with how powerful and effective this vacuum is. See for yourself, on carpet, it was able to suck up absolutely every grain of all my test spills. It got most of them on the first pass, and only in rare cases did it need to go over the area even once more. When it comes to getting things off hard floors, it was equally adept. It had no problem tackling fine cornmeal and was easily able to inhale all the roly grains of rice I set out in a single go, and this spill test can and does often trip up some other vacuums. I tested the handheld on things like the sofa, dog bed, and furniture. In each case, it's light and maneuverable and easy to use, so I found myself reaching for it again and again. About the battery life, there's a 4,000 milliamp hour battery. At its lowest setting, you can use the Pure One for free vacuum for about an hour. Setting it on higher power or max mode is only going to get you about 15 to 20 minutes, but again, that shouldn't really be a problem because it's going to get a full recharge when you put it back. Overall, Tinco Pure One Fur Free looks a bit deceiving because when it's docked with the Omni Hub, the whole package may seem bigger than it needs to be, but the truth is, with its elegant look and the charging station all in one here, the footprint is relatively small, and it's a vacuum I've been really happy about leaving out in plain sight. The vacuum itself turns out to be a surprisingly lightweight champ, and the included fur-free kit is going to be a welcome add-on for pets that like grooming. Let's go over the pros and the cons. On the pro side, the overall design is really nice, and you wouldn't be ashamed to leave this out with company coming. The fact you can get both a stick vacuum and a handheld here makes it really versatile, and the addition of the fur-free pet kit will definitely be a boon to some pet owners. The battery seems to last long enough for me to clean my house, and since it rests on the charging base when not in use, it's always ready to go with a full battery. I like the fact all the attachments connect seamlessly and tidily to the base station. Plus, I love the fact it empties the vacuum's onboard dustbin, cleans out the extension tube, and even runs the roller brushes in the cleaner head to make sure everything is ready for a fresh start. And with no need to buy extra dust bags for the Omni Hub's dustbin, I'm saving both money and added waste. The cherry on top is that it has great vacuum power and cleans really well on both carpet and hard floors. What are the downsides? There's not a lot that's giving me pause. Haha. Pause, pun intended. I do understand for some folks the tall base station isn't going to fit into every space, but I do think Tinco has done its best to make the station not only attractive, but compact too. I suppose my biggest dislike with this is that there's not really anywhere to store the fur-free kit. While Tinco does include a drawstring storage bag that holds the tube and the brush handle, and I was able to loop it over the back of the base station here, it's not the most attractive presentation. Even so, I can absolutely recommend the Tinco Pure One Fur-Free Vacuum for you. It sells for about $9.99 Canadian or $7.99 US, and I have recently seen it on sale for far less. Plus, if you don't need the fur-free kit, you can save a bunch of money and go for the original Pure One station. You can also check out some other Tinco vacuum reviews or see what owning a Dyson is like right now.